So a standard costing system, this is where you work out your expected cost per unit. So you work out how much you think it's going to cost you with regards to material, to labour, for every unit that you produce, and then you can use this to produce a budget and then compare it to your actual results at the end of the period to do some variance analysis. So keeping that in mind, we can go through and establish whether any of these are actually a purpose of standard costing. So first of all, A says to replace budgets and budgeting, and this is not correct. It's actually often used within the budgets and budgeting process, and it's not there to replace them. Secondly, B, to eliminate having to account for underapplied or overapplied factory overhead at the end of the period. And whether you've underapplied or overapplied, it doesn't really get replaced by the standard costing system. You would still have to account for why this has happened. So that is also not true. To simplify the costing procedures, this is probably correct. Once you've got your costing system, you know what it costs you per unit. If you then want to work out how much it's going to cost you to make 50, you simply multiply the cost per unit by 50 units and you have your total cost for this. And as a result of that, it would also, D, speed up your cost reports. With regards to E, to use them as a basis for product costing for external reporting purposes, you've got to be careful with this, because with external reporting purposes for things like financial accounts, very often they won't allow standard costing for your inventory valuations, as it needs to be the lower of cost and net realisable value. So in this instance, the correct answer is going to be C and